Hey, welcome back to Piece of Chaos. Sorry for the extended break, but what I want to tell you about is why I've been away. So I went back to Philly for a couple days and rejoined my friends that I've known and I've been in a band with since I was 19 years old, the guys in Mariner 9. Went back to Philly and spent a dedicated, 6 days, including travel, dedicated 6 days, 4 days in the studio with Mariner 9 and making some new music for the first time. The last time we were together was 5 years ago when we made some new music. And prior to that, it was, I think, 2011. So over the last, 20, 30 years, we've gotten together a few times and made some songs, but we never really did anything with them. And as we all get older and look back on what we made, we kind of, just want to put it out there a little bit. So over the next couple months, we just decided we're going to start, as much as we can in this incarnation of life, be a band again. So we never really stopped, but obviously things change. We can't tour the country in a van like we did. If we do get the chance to play a show here and there over the next couple years, it'd be amazing. I hope that happens. But we are able to make music together, and got that chance a couple weeks ago, which I'll talk about. We all can also collaborate remotely. So over the course of the pandemic, we all kind of got ourselves built out into a recording scenario so we can, do pre-production. I would call it pre-production level remote recording, where we, can collaborate from 3,000 miles away because the bass player, Dave, and the producer, guitar player, singer, Brian, both live in Philadelphia. Jason, my guitar player, the guitar player lives in San Francisco, and I'm down here near Los Angeles. So obviously, we don't get together that often. And so this gives us a great option to continue creating because, it was very interesting. Like I said, I hadn't been there since, it was 5 years since we were all at that studio together. And walking in that space again, giving Brian a hug. I haven't seen him since the pandemic, I don't think. And just seeing that space again was magical, in some ways. I actually arrived first. My flight got in early, and I went out first, and I was the first to arrive. And the engineer, the amazing Amy Morrissey, was in there already. She had set up the drums and mic'd the drums, and we talked about the specifications for what my main setup was. And it was just magic to walk in there and just realize we were actually going to do this, and for anybody that's, got a lot of responsibilities, kids, things, life going on, soccer matches, all the stuff, the adulting day to day. It was pretty amazing to get even a brief few days like this where really there was nothing else I had to do. I took vacation time from work. I didn't have to work. The kids weren't here and I couldn't help them, I wasn't going to be able to do anything with them for the next couple of days. And that's hard as a parent too, because I like doing stuff with them, and I miss them and, family and life and adulting. But, we got this brief escape, some people go on yoga retreats or whatever, and that's great too. And I'd like to go on one of those myself. But I just sort of settled into the fact that what I had decided to do to unplug a little bit was to go make music again with my friends, and it was just magic. So we walk in there, sit down, the room sounds incredible. It's just an incredible sounding room. It's Minor Street Recordings in Philadelphia, and it's in Fishtown, Philadelphia. And like the crazy thing is, when Brian started the studio there, Fishtown was not in the best shape. It was not the best neighborhood, but now it's like this amazing mecca. I mean, all of these beautiful apartment buildings and restaurants around. It was really interesting how that neighborhood had turned over. There was some nostalgia to it. There was some thinking about how grateful I was to get to record there so many times. It's just an incredible space. And so, I don't know, that was a pretty heavy first day, just letting all that sink in. And then, Jason showed up and just the banter just kicks in immediately, that you slip back into this familiar relationship dynamic that is just, man, I'm so lucky to have that. And so, a little while later, Dave showed up and we had a plan. We were going at this like professionals. Brian is a professional at this. Incredible career as a producer, and he knows his stuff. And it was, to be in the presence of greatness really is what it felt like. We had a plan, and as the drummer goes first, got to lay the drums down first, and we had some great pre-production leading up to this, so I was ready to do it, and it was super fun, and I loved it. I loved how it came out. But it's interesting when you're the drummer, because the way we're doing it, tracking first, and then we decided to do one song the first day and the second song the next day, and track, basically get the basic tracks down in 2 days, and then do the rest layering and mixing over the next 2 days. We almost made it. We almost made it through. They're not quite finished, but as the drummer, you go first in the morning, basically, and then the rest of the day is just spent listening and thinking and working and making decisions and being in the control booth while magic happens, and it was so incredibly fun. But the really other cool part was that some old friends showed up, that we hadn't seen in a long time, and it was beautiful. It was just so much fun. So many hysterical, laugh till your insides hurt moments to just remember, not only remember, but just to be there again. I mean, we went to this neighborhood little bar, and they had amazing tacos, and just had a blast, and it was just amazing to realize how sort of comfortable that was, and what a gift it is that we still have that much together. I think it was a Red Hot Chili Peppers documentary I saw where they're talking about the making of the record Blood Sugar Sex Magik, and I forget which one of them said it, but basically said it felt like we walked into the room and the music was already there, waiting to get out. And they just kind of slipped it on like an old shoe or like a new set of clothes, and it just came out. They couldn't take credit for it, kind of thing. There is something to a group of musicians creating a sound that doesn't exist unless it's those four musicians. The way they handle an instrument, the way they play an instrument, the choices they make. That combination is so unique to the players, especially when you've been playing with the same group for God, it's over 30 years, I think, right? Yeah, 31 years or something. It's incredible. It's just incredible. And I'm so fortunate to have that. And we're excited to put it out more in the world because we really like it. And people seem to like it that listen to it, it's funny because we didn't really ever make it, but we did okay. And in our town, people liked our band, and, we got to sort of read about it after we had stopped playing active shows. To have someone else characterize your band or tell you about your music being a part of their life in a whole different way. Like, it's almost like, well, we made the music. We liked the music. We liked playing the music, obviously. But it felt like this different thing than when you listen to a song as a fan of the music. You're making a choice. The music is imprinting on your life in one way or another, and I think that's really interesting to note that we had that, and we'll continue to do so, and hopefully people will dig what we made. But anyway, that's where I've been. So I've been catching up on taking that kind of break. You kind of have to replug back into life and move forward, but it was really fun. We're going to continue on because, Jason and I are both on the West Coast. I think we can come back and forth a little bit easier and, kind of dig back into Mariner 9 creating music, even though it's a different way to create music than we ever did before. We used to be in the studio for, however long we wanted. It was our studio. We could spend weeks, months there to work on things and experiment a little bit more. This time was more business. It was like pre-production on the song, get the tracks down, let's do it. Even though that isn't necessarily everybody's favorite way. I mean, obviously with time, it'd be awesome to spend a month or two in the studio making a record. It would sound better. The songs would become better, more refined over time. But at the same time, they wouldn't be a snapshot of the time that we were there doing it the way we did it now. And it's not realistic to think that any one of us could break free away from life and responsibilities and jobs and kids and families and all that stuff for 2 months just to go play. It's just not in the cards necessarily, but this way was great too. And this is the way. This is what is. This is, I don't have to think about what it would be like to continue to make records if we continue to make records. And in this environment of streaming and one song at a time, this method's probably not the worst. So keep an eye out for Mariner 9. We're going to, get out there on Spotify and put our back catalog out there. We're talking about remastering the back catalog, which would be interesting. We have Instagram now, and I think we're going to do a TikTok campaign. It's exciting, and the results are pretty amazing too. So I'll put a little snippet of the session from this last session. It's not finished yet. It's not finalized. It's not mastered. It's just a little mix. It's super fun just to get a sense of I don't know. I always find the ending of this song just pretty glorious. So I'm going to throw just the ending on there for you to check out. But more to come on that. But anyway, thanks for listening to Piece of Chaos and for, all your support. And it's summer. It's June. Enjoy. I hope you're doing something fun. I hope the weather's good where you are. And enjoy. This is a little snippet from Mariner 9's latest recording session. This little clip is from a song called Swerve. And it's pretty big. Enjoy.
said to myself, this affair ain't never gonna go too well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know too well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything come what might for the sake